Hello, it's me James. Here is 7 duplication glitches in the latest version of the game. Any item duplication glitch number 1 requires you to have any items you want to duplicate in your inventory. You could have one single item, or you could have full shulker boxes of items. You could have a full inventory, or like I said, just one single item. It is entirely up to you. Now, basically, what you are going to want to do is save and quit once you've got the items you want to duplicate, and then head back onto the world you are doing the duplication glitch on. I would always recommend at this point making a copy of your world, but for the purpose of the video, I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to jump into the world, as you can see, and throw the items I want to duplicate on the floor. You want to make sure you don't pick them up again. So I'm just going to throw them all on the floor and simply knock out 8 blocks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I mean, you could do a little bit more if you want. At that point, I've exited out of the game. Now, this could be different on different devices because, of course, you might be exiting out of the game differently. On Windows, for me, it's just Alt F4. So here I am going to jump back onto the game, and we should have duplicated our items. So we should have the items in our inventory, and of course the items on the floor. I would say this is the easiest duplication glitch in the game, because all you need really is the items you need to duplicate. So you can see there's the items. I don't know if all of them got duplicated. I think actually, yeah, they did. There's a couple there that we couldn't pick up. We've got both pairs of Elytra, as you can see, and then a bunch more shulker boxes. For any item duplication glitch number 2, this one is also only going to work on normal worlds. You can essentially do a full chest of items. That could be full shulker boxes. I've got empty ones. Let's just pretend that they are full. You could do any items. It doesn't have to be shulker boxes, but I'm just showing you, yeah, this is the most efficient way to do it. Start this off, you're going to need a chest in front of you. You're also going to need the items in your inventory. So first of all, you are going to want to save and quit once again, and as suggested before, I would probably make a copy of your world at this point. So I'm just going to load back in. Again, I'm not going to make a copy, but yeah, fair warning, make a copy. As soon as you load in, you're going to go ahead and throw the items into the chest like this. And once you've done that, you've got a full item of chest. We're simply going to knock out 8 blocks, or maybe a little bit longer, depending on how quick, obviously, you filled up the chest. I think I'm going to go a little bit longer, because I did take, I was quite quick doing that. So I'm going to go with 11, and then exit out the game. It's kind of like the same one, as you can see. Although, yeah, you might have a better success rate on this one or the first one. And that is exactly why I am showing you it. So when we jump on in this time, we should have the items in our inventory, and instead of them being on the floor, they will be in a chest. So yeah, as you can see, all the items in the chest and all the items in my inventory as well. You might notice some of the dirt missing, but yeah, that's just part of it. And that is how you duplicate a bunch of items. Next up, I've got another really quick and easy duplication glitch. This one is going to work on realms and normal worlds. You're going to need to start off with 65 of the stackable item you want to duplicate, and include some blocks to fill up your inventory. So I'm just going to fill them up as shown. And basically, we are going to want to throw down this one on the floor and essentially fill up our inventory. So now we cannot pick that one up, but there is a trick that will allow us to pick that one up. So we're going to hold this and then exit out of this menu at the same time. And as you can see, I'll just show you, I'm holding the stack, but I've also got that one in my inventory. So we'll throw that one on the floor, and we'll do that process again. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to grab this and exit out at the same time, and I will be holding all of the items. Now I simply need to save and quit and go back onto the world. Again, this is going to work exactly the same on realms. Although, if this does not work in the overworld for you, try the nether or try the end. But yeah, when we log back in, you will see we've got 2 stacks now instead of, well, 1. We've basically got 63 extra of whatever item we want to duplicate. Remember, if this does not work in the overworld for you, for whatever reason, try it in the nether. For me, I have to go to the nether because it only works there. So, yeah, remember to try in different dimensions. For this next one, I've jumped on simply survival the realm. As you can see via here, it says realm stories. Basically, I'm going to go into the nether to show you. Reason being is because it is kind of like the previous one, but it's slightly different. Way more OP, in my opinion. So, when we load into the nether, what we're going to want to do is get ourselves a crafting table. But this time, we are going to want to grab 9 different stacks of items that we want to duplicate. We are, again, the same. Going to want to have 65 of the item, as you can see right here. And we are going to want to do as followed. I'm going to open up the crafting table and put in all of the stacks of the items I want to duplicate. So, a little bit like this. Okay. And as soon as I've done that, we're going to grab an item to fill up the rest of the slots in our inventory. I'm just going to use soul sand. So you can see right here, we've got the stacked items in the crafting table. And then I've got the singular items that match those stacked items that are in the crafting table. In my hotbar, you can have them in your inventory if you want. At this point, I'm going to exit out of the game. Fully force exit out of the game. I like this one because there's not many, in fact, none exit out of the game glitches that work on realms. However, this one works 100% consistently. So, yeah. Unfortunately, you do have to wait to log back in again. There we go. We are going to load up the realm once again. And we will have 2 stacks instead of 1. So, essentially, gaining 63 extra. So, you don't quite gain a stack, but you do gain 63. So, yeah, you can see in my hotbar now, we've got all of the stacks. As you can see, these were singular ones before. And also in the crafting table, we've got all of those as well. Now, if you wanted to do this with the same item, you'd simply just need to rename these items in an anvil first. And then you could do 9 of the same item. Next up is one of my personal favorites as far as consistency goes. It is really quite consistent. And this one also got mentioned briefly in a Fitz MC video, which is pretty cool. So basically, you are going to need a bundle. And yeah, this is Bedrock edition, by the way. So, yeah, you're going to need a bundle full of items that you want to duplicate. I've just got some random items, as you can see. Nothing too great. You can do one singular, like, non-stackable item if you really want. It's entirely up to you. But long story short, we're going to want to save and quit. Again, I would make a copy of your world at this stage. And when we log back into the world, we are simply going to want to go like this. And, yeah, basically break 8 blocks again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I mean, you could do a little bit more if you want. Exit out of the game, and then jump back on the game. Now, you wouldn't even need to destroy the blocks. The blocks are solely a time indication. You can stand there and count if you want. Sometimes, for me, that is actually a little bit better, just standing there and counting. But, yeah, the reason I put the blocks in is because everyone is going to probably have the same time for destroying them blocks. You know what I mean? So, it's a good time indication. But it might be a few or less blocks depending on what device you're on. So, I'm just going to jump back on. And one of the other reasons I really like the bundle duplication glitch as well is because when you straight away join the world again, I'm having a little bit of lags here. It's basically ready to go straight away. So you don't have to reset it up. You don't have to do anything like that. The items you've duplicated will be on the floor. And you will be able to literally go again straight away. So the items over there, as you can see, some items that I've duplicated. And I can throw the items once again and simply force exit up. I literally forgot to count. So you'll see what happens if you forget to count. It doesn't really matter. I can just jump back on. Accidents happen, right? So we're going to jump back on. This time, I won't destroy the blocks. So you can see, yeah, we're just ready again, which is another great thing about this duplication glitch. So we're going to go 1, and then I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then, like, exit out the game. Again, you could use the little X in the corner, whatever's easiest for you. It's going to be completely different if you're on an Xbox or on a mobile. But, yeah, they will work. You just have to get the right timing. So let me just go down. back on the world, and we should be able to do this one all over again, which again, in my opinion, makes this one really, really OP. So yeah, again, I'll just start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now I can exit out the game. Like I said, you don't actually have to do it like the quick way. You can do it just like the X in the corner as shown. I'll jump back on, and you'll see I'll have all the items back in my bundle, and I'll have all the items on the floor. This one, I've never really had any items be lost up from it either. It's actually a really decent one. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites. And when we log in, you'll see I've got all the items in my bundle again, and all of those items on the floor. Just remember, don't leave them on the floor for too long, because essentially you've got 5 minutes after putting them on the floor, and then they will despawn. On to the next one. Next on the list, we have this incredibly OP gravity block duplication machine. I am on a copy of Simply Survival. Reason being is because I found out this works a lot better on normal worlds than realms. It does work on realms. It just works 100% a lot better on normal worlds. So, what I'm going to do is turn this on. You do not want to use this machine for longer than a minute, because potentially you could crash out your world because of how many items that you are going to get. So, I'm going to stand here and wait, and you can see those bouncing up and down. Unfortunately, I don't have my spyglass on me. So yeah, they're bouncing up and down, and we're going to turn this off. We're going to log out, save and quit, and when we log back in, we're going to walk forward, alright? So, we are now jumping back into the world, and we can jump forward, and you'll see loads of blocks have just fell. So what I'll do is I'll stand here and I'll open my inventory, and you will see how many blocks we have just gained from this machine. So here they come, and it was just literally a few seconds, and we've nearly got half an inventory. How insane is that? Now, I've got a full tutorial on this, which I'll put in the description below, but remember, this is working way better on normal worlds than it is realms. I've actually seen a few videos claiming it's just not working at all, which is, yeah, just not true. Just make sure you're on a normal world for the best experience. And last but not least, I'm going to show you probably one of the most OP duplication glitches in the game at the moment. This thing is kind of weird how it works as well. Long story short, you can essentially clone an entire player. You can duplicate everything a player is wearing, a player's offhand, everything in their inventory and hotbar, including the levels that they have got. And for me, that's 15,652, and everything in a player's ender chest. So you can see here, I'm going to be able to duplicate all of these items pretty fast as well. Now, there are a few requirements for this duplication glitch. One of them is to have all of the items you want to duplicate on your person. So make sure you're wearing everything you want to duplicate. Make sure you've got everything in your ender chest that you want to duplicate. Any levels you want to duplicate, although the levels is kind of a little bit dodgy. You'll see why. Basically, what we are going to want to do as well, another requirement, is make sure on our world that we have got, if we go to multiplayer, we are going to want multiplayer game on, and we want visible to LAN players. So I'm just going to put invite only, and make sure it's got visible to LAN players on right here. This is incredibly important for this to work, and once you've done that, you can save changes, and we are ready to do the glitch. So we can jump on into the world again, but we don't really need to. I'm just making sure everything's ready. Just double check. Basically got all the items I want to duplicate. I don't think you can put anything in your crafting bit, so it doesn't really matter. Another very important thing you are going to need is a realm. And essentially what we're going to do is upload this world to a realm, and then just download it straight away. And the reason we're doing that is because for whatever reason it removes the player data, so I will be able to join on a second device and essentially duplicate all my items. So yeah, I'm going to confirm, and I'm going to scroll up. We are going to click the world, and we've got that one just here. Let's go. So when I download this, it should have the name of the realm rather than the name of the world. So I'm going to make sure I've got a decent backup of it. We want to make sure it's the exact time we've just uploaded it, which will be this one. So there we go. We should have a copy of our world right now. So what I'm going to do is load in on my computer. So I'm loading into Simply Survival. Again, it's called that because that's what the realm is called, and we're just using that realm for the purpose of the video. So I'm loading in, and now I'm going to start recording on my iPad. Again, I believe you can use any device. I'm just using an iPad and a PC. Just makes it a little bit easier. So now I'm going to essentially stand over here, and you will see me able to join my world. So on the iPad, I think we are recording right now. We're going to go over to the friends setting. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And then you can essentially join the same world. Now remember, let me just go back. I'm on the exact same account as I am right here on my PC. So this shouldn't really be a thing. So let me go all the way down. And I'm going to join the same world as I am on this account. Now what it will do is make it SB James 2. Which I have no idea why. But it will give me all of the items that I'm holding, wearing, everything in my inventory, and everything in the ender chest as well. So there's my ender chest. And you can see there's the ender chest of, well, myself, with both me. But essentially what you'd want to do is just get this player to drop all of the stuff on the floor. And then you could rinse and repeat this by uploading the world again. And re-downloading it, resetting the player data. And you should be good to go. So yeah, basically it will take me ages to do this because I'm really bad at touchscreen. But yeah, the fastest way to obviously get your items, if you wanted to quick, is just kill the other player, as you can see. And you'll get all of these items. Dude, obviously you'll only get 7 levels back because, yeah, Minecraft. And yeah, you will also have to get the player to empty their inventory of, well, the ender chest as well if you want those items. But like I said, once you've done that, you can rinse and repeat. Just make sure you leave the items you want to duplicate in your player and your ender chest, and you should be good to go to rinse and repeat. And that, my friends, is 7 duplication glitches in the latest version of the game. And that is all I've got time for. I will catch you all on the next one.